Hello people of the internet, TikTok has spoken. Over 10,000 views, over 800 likes, and dozens of comments asking for this tutorial. So without further ado, how to animate a logo. In this video I'm going to show you how I animated my logo and made this little title sequence for my YouTube channel. This video goes out to all the people on TikTok who liked, commented, and followed for a tutorial on this. I asked if people wanted one and a lot of people responded, so this tutorial is for those people especially. We'll just jump right into it. I'm going to demonstrate how I did it in Procreate with this example of a hand lettered piece. It says can't stop, won't stop. So we'll jump right into it. Oh, that was weird. So I have the finished piece here on one layer, and then I have a background color, the same color. And basically to start, you want to go to your canvas in the Actions tab and toggle on Animation Assist. So what that does is it makes this timeline here, and really that's the only thing it changes right off the bat. So with that timeline, basically as you add layers or frames in this case, that's when you'll start to get your motion. So going back to my logo here, you'll see there's lots and lots of frames, and each one is another step in the motion. So you progressively basically draw in the motion that you want to happen, you know, sequentially, frame by frame, layer by layer. So you want to definitely have a plan of how you want your animation to look. I think what I'm going to do for this is just kind of make it appear with dripping right across the top, and maybe we'll have something come in for the stops from the sides maybe. So let's just jump right into it. This is going to serve as our guide for our end result. So we want to always keep that on, and then we'll just jump right into it here. I will use this and just start the beginnings of our drips. So really simple, that first step. Now we'll add a frame, and then in this case I'm going to just redraw basically a little bit further down, and it doesn't really need to be that pretty, honestly. Another frame, and you can see we moved a little bit, and now we're gonna go more. And keep in mind, the more different it is from the previous layer, the faster the animation will look, as opposed to if you had little shorter movements. And you can go back also, like let's say I wanted to make a drip to really get that part of the sea. So we'll just throw it in here. Maybe it's moving a little faster. Next one, go get down there, and then we'll meet up with our other ones here. Boom, just like that, and then we'll just keep going little by little here. So you can see what is starting to happen. We'll take that layer off and see it's starting to, you know, you can definitely see the movement. Little by little we get there. And here in the settings you can change the speed. So if you want it to be really fast, that versus something like that, you know. And then the onion skin frames, that's another thing. So how you can see through all the layers, here you can adjust that. Maybe if you want to see less of them, it could be helpful. Here I want to put it on max so that we can see our original layer. Now I'm gonna start to end this edge of the drops so that we can actually see the whole thing, and then we'll just continue that little path. So kind of we'll end it, we'll fill this in till here, fill that in until here. Now with all these layers it's starting to get harder to see, so I like to just turn off. I don't know, there's probably an easier way to do this. If anyone knows, let me know. I'm not an expert at this, but I just turn off these layers. So that's what I've been doing. I don't know if that's smart, so that I can clearly see what's going on and always have that reference final product at the end there. So that's just what I do. I don't know if there's a better way, but I basically just hide those earlier layers so I can clearly see what's going on here. Now, so this style, it's kind of, I don't know what you would call it. Like I said, I'm not an expert, but I'm redrawing the same thing over and over. So it's gonna have like a vibrating kind of quality. That's what you're gonna get with this technique that I'm showing you. Like I said, I'm not an expert, so, you know, cut me some slack, all you animation pros out there. This is just how I do it. Okay, cool. That looks pretty good. So for the little dashes across the A and the T, I'm going to, let's go back. So at this point, when the drops are here, I'm gonna make a dash come like through this, stay here, keep going, maybe like, and then stay there and just leave the page. So we're gonna start it in right about here. So it's gonna come in pretty quick. And yep, there we go. We'll keep going. So next one, the drops are, you know, we're going on the same layers that we previously did. The drops are still moving down. And I'm gonna make this go again here. I'm gonna go back here. We're gonna make two. So one is going for the A, and when that one's starting, we're gonna start another one real fast. See, I'm making the differences not little and little and little, but big like that. I'm not using the right terminology. So I'm gonna start right here so it's not coming off the page and we can see the whole thing. Now let's show everything except this one. Okay. Nice. Yeah, that works. Alright, so we got that word. Cool. Now let's do the same exact thing for won't, but let's maybe make the drops going up, just anti-gravity drops. So let's see. Let's do it on the same frame. So we are gonna just do the same exact thing but opposite. So I'm gonna make one drop, and I'm gonna try to make it in the same kind of pace. So one drop for that, and then we'll go another two for that, one for the O. So I'm going to show you another little tip on how to keep something that's done continuously vibrating without having to redraw it over and over, but still get that vibrating quality. So I take one that's completely done. It's the finished won't. I'm going to add a layer and redraw it again. So you only have to draw it twice, and basically I duplicate each of them and swap them out so it alternates. So it has that vibrating quality without having to constantly redraw it. So now we're going to take white and start those little bloops. So the plan is the thing appears here, moves down, and then jumps, and then bloop, makes a dot. So let's make this just start appearing just like that. Alright, and now let's just make this one the final exclamation points, just like that. So let's see, I'll start to make the box form itself like that. So this style of animation is basically the same as like if you had a pack of sticky notes and you drew a ball bouncing. I used to do that. I don't know if anyone else did, but you draw like a ball. On the next sticky note, you draw the ball a little bit more to the right and down, and then the next one, the ball, you move it down to the right a little more, and then before you know it, you flip through all the stickies. It looks like it's bouncing. So that's basically the same exact concept, but You're doing it with layers and all that fun stuff. So basically, this is the last frame, and I made it twice. I redrew it twice. So we have 1 and 2. So I'm just gonna do the same thing I've been doing. Alright, so we're gonna just repeat them and duplicate them, and we'll alternate them so it has that vibrating quality. You definitely want to keep checking how everything looks to make sure that nothing looks too wrong when you're doing something like this. That looks pretty good. It's kind of jumpy at the end, but it's because I didn't take that much care into getting the edges right. So yeah, it doesn't look bad. It's basically how you animate a logo. Like I said, I'm not a professional animator. I kind of just figured it out. I had a little bit of teaching back in the days, but this is kind of just a winging it kind of thing, and it's not that complicated. Like I said, it's like the sticky note idea of making a flip book with the ball jumping and all of that. So if you understand that concept, basically this is the same exact thing. You're doing it with layers. If you have any questions at all, or if you know a better way to do something that I did, because I don't know what I'm doing exactly, leave a comment down below. I would really appreciate it. If you like the video, like it. If you want to follow my TikTok or Instagram, I'll leave some links in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching. If you want, subscribe to my channel for more content like this, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace!